Covert operations expert Zora Bennett is tasked with putting together a team. A team to secure some DNA samples from some of the biggest dinosaurs for a potentially huge medical breakthrough. However, after a run-in with a shipwrecked family, the mission goes sideways. Because little do they know, this island was home to some dangerous dinosaur experiments. Some of which are more sinister and ugly than what the world has seen before. This is Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth is the fourth film in the Jurassic World franchise specifically, but the seventh film in the Jurassic Park franchise as a whole. But this film was posed to be a reboot of sorts for the Jurassic World franchise. No more Owen Grady and Claire Dearing. They will not stop making these, and I guess to be fair, I do prefer them over Fast and the Furious, so whatever. I gotta be honest, I kind of enjoy the Jurassic World films. They without a doubt get worse as they progress, but there's definitely something in them I enjoyed. Well. Jesus tap dancing Christ, not again. What's up, bitches? Hey Tom, what brings you back? Another Jurassic World movie, that's what. I am once again here to be the voice of reason to this numbskull. You know, film is subjective, Tom, and plus, when have I been too overly positive over a movie that was not very good? Thor, Love and Thunder. Okay, I was on painkillers at that time. Lightyear. Okay, well, you know. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Okay, you know, you might actually have a point there. All I'm saying is, you're maybe a little too nice to movies. Some movies are just bad, and this is yet another case of it. Well, I disagree. Of course you do. Jurassic World Rebirth is a solid entry to the Jurassic franchise. But it's still burdened by the same boring story beats they can't seem to escape. But at the same time, it has some of the best dino action set pieces of the franchise. So, color me a sucker. Sucker's a light way to put it. Old cast? Out. Old new cast? Also out. We have a whole new cast of characters in this film to be dino fodder. Leading this film is Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali. I actually really like their characters, especially Jonathan Bailey's. His character is just such a huge dino nerd, it's quite wholesome. And also a huge departure from his character in Wicked. But their overall story comes down to nothing more than gotta get that dino DNA. And I'll have to agree with you on that. Because these characters' story isn't as interesting as their actual character would lead you to believe. There's just something about it that feels a bit boring, to put it lightly. But on the flip side of this, you have the B-plot, which I think is significantly more interesting. It simply follows a shipwrecked family, and I think that is much more interesting than what the actual main storyline of the film is. It's a lot like Swiss Family Robinson, but with dinosaurs. And that's pretty cool. Now, when it was announced Gareth Edwards was going to direct this film, my interest definitely peaked. He's a director that just kinda gets big things, whether they be Godzilla or the AT-ATs from Rogue One. And he really brings that kind of scale to the dinosaurs in this film, delivering some of the best dinosaur action of the franchise. He even brought back the king of haters, the Spinosaurus. There is not another animal in fiction that hated as much as the Spinosaurus hated Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park 3. Unmatched, I'm willing to say. Truly unmatched. Get away from me. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Now, I'm not a toy designer by a long shot, but I would have included a little button in here that when you squeezed it, it made the ringtone from Jurassic Park 3. That was an example. That isn't actually in the toy. That's just another thing you would have been better at. Oh, well, thank you. Wait a minute. But that isn't all the film has to offer when it comes to dinosaurs. The Titanosaurus scene was also quite breathtaking. A great spiritual successor to the Brontosaurus scene from the original Jurassic Park. But I think without a doubt my favorite scene in the film is the raft. It kind of makes sense that that scene was originally made for the original film. It's kind of awesome and extremely well done in this film. But the film's main selling point is a brand new dinosaur, Literally. Enter the D-Rex. This thing looks so stupid, but I love them. I would die for the D-Rex. And if I was in its vicinity, I would. And we'd all be better off. You're really mean today. Are you okay? But here's the thing. We have to stop this narrative that people are tired of dinosaurs. And to that, I can once again say, I agree. These films have really committed to the idea that no one gives a shit about dinosaurs anymore. In universe, at the very least. And that, without a doubt, is the most unrealistic part of these movies. And that is saying a whole heck of a lot. These movies are far from realistic, but the simple fact that these movies being successes at the box office disproves the film's own story. And that is so interesting to me, because why did they do that, and why are they continuing to drive this narrative in the film? I was more willing to forgive it with Jurassic World, but as time went on, it just kind of pissed me off more. I like the idea of genetically modified dinosaurs more than the idea that everyone in the universe is tired of dinosaurs. I just don't get it, and I can't connect to it at all. I definitely do appreciate the more simple story the film has, but at the same time, it's not very deep. I wasn't huge on the big pharma aspect, and dino DNA is just kind of overdone. But it is better than whatever Fallen Kingdom and Dominion were doing. So I'll have to give it that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see more from this franchise. But I'd also be lying if I said I didn't feel underwhelmed with this one, even down to the ending of the film. So clearly it's bad. No, I'm not gonna say that. It just is missing that Jurassic World flair. Nothing is ever going to hit the highs of Jurassic Park, not in 65 million years. But this film was just kind of missing something to me, and can't help but feel a little underwhelmed. You got any final words for us, Tom? Honestly, no. You were a lot more negative on this film than I anticipated you being. I was really excited to shit on this movie, but you kind of did it for me. I'm so lonely. I'm so worthless. It's okay, buddy. I'm here for you. I don't want you. I don't want to be friends with the loser that talks to puppets. Okay, well, if you're going to be that way about it, Mr. Garrison would look at you and laugh. Now, I don't see what that has to do with anything. You stole this idea from dead meat. Okay, well, I found that out after I did the Dominion review, and you still did it in this one. You fucking loser. Okay, Tom, it's done. We're done. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. Don't put me in here. Who's laughing now, bitch? I hope you all enjoyed this review. And if you did, please consider hitting that like button. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my next review drops. Until next time, I'm Quentin Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.